Using spent brewer grains is not a new practice. In fact, it's been around more than 100 years. It's a cost cutter on many ends, convenient, and the results, I must say, are delicious. But it's a practice that could soon be threatened by federal regulators.
Come on, girls. With 40 head of cattle on his 160 acres south of Eugene, Stephen Neal is not a heavyweight in the beef business. He doesn't want to be biggest. He wants to be best.
When I wrote my business plan 4 years ago, it was to be the Ninkasi of beef.
And Ninkasi brewing is a big part of what Neal's producing at Oregon Natural Meats. Jamie Floyd and Nikos Ridge tapped into the brewing business by launching Ninkasi in 2006. Since then, they've added 100 employees. In 2012, they sold 67,000 barrels of beer, 90,000 last year, and their goal for 2014 is 110,000 barrels.
With our brewing system, we're able to do up to 9 batches of beer a day.
And that leaves tons of malted barley, wheat, rye, and oats with no use. And that's where Oregon Natural Meats comes in. Literally.
In that system, we have an automated process that allows for us to get most of the grains out of the mash tun and in through an augering device that takes it through the building and then all the way out to the silo.
And when they say one man's trash is another man's treasure, this is what they had in mind.
We actually take the Ninkasi grains, the spent grains, and we mix them with another byproduct, which is a grass seed pellet from Harrisburg, which is actually a waste product from the ryegrass industry. We take all those screening pellets and mix those with the brewer's grain, and the cattle just go nuts over it. Come on, let's go. Let's go. If you see their heads when you're coming towards them, they're happy. If you see their tails when you're coming towards them, they're getting away from you.
Happy cows, happy farmers saving money on feed, and happy brewers saving millions of dollars in disposal fees for all that leftover grain. But it's a practice that could see changes. The FDA is considering new regulations to make sure the byproduct is safe for animals to eat and safe for humans. And Neal has 3 issues with this. First, he says the FDA does not regulate the meat industry. The USDA does.
The second issue is really scientific. There's no documented evidence or support that feeding a brewer's grain, even though it's a waste product, is a food safety risk to animals and or people.
And third is the simple economics. Millions of pounds of waste go into landfills instead of being upcycled to feed animals and improve the product. With a PhD in meat science and muscle biology, Neal says the product is better. But the proof is in the pudding, or in this case, the patty.
Another burger.
Oregon Natural Meats is being served at Cornucopia on 17th and Eugene.
Our goal is to be #1 at something, and our burger is our, it's our flagship, it's our best product.
They have 15 burgers on the menu, and they serve up about 60,000 a year. And Cornucopia has been named home of the #1 burger by multiple outlets.
You can't have excellent food without excellent ingredients, and Oregon Natural Meats is just, it's a perfect match for us.
From Brew to Moo, 3 local, growing, successful business partners, and it all starts here.
As we've grown, they've been able to grow, and it's just a wonderful mutualistic relationship that we have. It really can't be any better.
I'm not a cow whisperer, but at the same time, I know stress, and I know that stress is not a healthy thing for animals, and our cattle are as happy as I can perceive them to be.
If you want to be successful in a restaurant, you have to have really excellent food.
A win, win, win.
Live out on the ranch.
Win situation.
Since 2009, Ninkasi has uploaded 49 million pounds of grains into their system. If not for their ability to share with farmers like Stephen Neal, all of that would have ended up in a landfill, likely Short Mountain, ironically within eyesight from Neal's ranch. As for those proposed changes by lawmakers, right now they are rewriting their initial proposal, and we'll keep a close watch on what happens. In the studio, Matt Templeman, KECI 9 News.